See. So, what was the last concept we were discussing?
Functions.
Okay. Today we are going to discuss about OOPS concepts. Today we are going to discuss OOPS concept. See, nowadays every language is based on OOPS. So before going to the OOPS, we have some programming languages which follow some different type of concepts. The first one is POPs. Like for example, if I take C language follows the POPs. POPs is nothing but procedure oriented programming language. Procedure oriented programming language means which follows some procedure. OOPS means everything is based on object oriented programming language. Object oriented programming language. So that is what OOPS. What is object oriented programming language? Object oriented programming language means it's a combination of some predefined concepts. So the first thing is object, the first one, and the second one is class, and third one is polymorphism, and fourth one is inheritance, abstraction, encapsulation. These are the main concepts of OOPS. So what are those? One is object, class, polymorphism, inheritance, abstraction, and encapsulation. So these are the main concepts of OOPS. Object, class, polymorphism, inheritance, abstraction, and encapsulation. Now we will discuss what is the use of these concepts, why we should use these concepts. The first and foremost important use of this OOPS concept is, one is reusability. Second one is robust security. These are important for every language. So the first and four important thing is the reusability. Already we know the robust means somewhat strong, the security means which provides some security related concept, and at the same time reusability. This reusability concept is very important to and very useful feature to the developer. So reusability means the same block of code we can use n number of places. So this is the same block of code we can use n number of places. Okay, so that is what reusability means. Once if you design, once if you run, we can use n number of times the specific block of code. So that is what reusability. Now come to the object. So object is nothing but, it's very simple definition of object. Object is nothing but it's a runtime entity which contains some properties and some methods. Object is nothing but it's a runtime entity which contains some properties and some methods. For example, if I'm taking one pen or a book, if I'm taking one account, it's a bank account. So those all are some different objects. So pen is one object and account is one object. Pen is one object and an account is one object. So every object contains some properties and methods. What is the mean by properties? Properties is nothing but simply is a characteristics. Simply properties nothing but some characteristics. Suppose if I take my object name, which is a name, here if I take my object name as pen, now what are the properties of this object name? Suppose pen company name, next one price, next one weight, next one color. Okay, next one, these all are some properties of pen. Suppose pen company name, Parker. Okay, next one price, 120 rupees. Next one weight. Okay, assume 100 grams. Next one color, red. These are the properties of pen. Okay, so every object means here object name is a pen. Here object name is a pen. Here the name of the pen and the price and weight and color. Every pen it contains, but the properties are same. Means one pen name is Reynolds, another pen name is Parker, another pen is some cello pinpoint. That's some different. But every pen contains some name. At the same time, price. One pen price is 7 rupees, another pen price is 100 rupees, and the pen price is 120 rupees. So that is what price. Okay, so here name and price and weight and color, those are called properties of pen. Those are called properties of pen. Okay, so next one, every object contains some properties, some methods. Some methods. What is the mean by methods? So methods means it simply we call as functionalities. Methods means simply we will call as functionalities. These functionalities means simply our point of view we can simply say as uses. Simply we can know as uses. So what is the use of pen? Simply to write. Okay, to present means I want to give some present. I want to present this pen to someone. Okay, so present. Next one, to style. Assume these all are some different use of the pen. These are the different use of the pen. Suppose second object name I'm taking account. Okay, here what is my object name here? Account. Okay, tell me what are the properties of account?
Type of account.
Yeah, type of account.
Location.
Sorry?
Location of the account.
Okay, location means the bank. Which bank it's? Any other?
Limit maybe. Account limit.
Yeah, so maximum balance and minimum balance. Any other?
Name of the customer.
Account number, name means name of the customer.
Name of the customer. Any phone number, address.
Yeah, some blah 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 blah. Okay, we have n number of properties.
There are a lot of properties.
Suppose type of account means assume it's a savings account or current account, whatever it may be. Type of account. Next the location. Location of the bank, either USA or Philippines, whatever it may be, some the location. The maximum balance. Assume the maximum balance is somewhat 1000 rupees. Okay, so minimum balance is assumed so 100 rupees. For example, I'm saying next one account number 100234 something is what account number. Name of the customer. Okay, so customer name suppose Sampath. These are some different account properties. Okay, next one, what are the methods? Methods means use. Okay, simply we can say as use. Okay, get balance, set balance. Okay, next one, view account number, view account information, view account information. Okay, so these all are transactions. These all are some different methods of accounts. Okay, so the accounts is a user depend, means whatever you want we can decide. That's it's not an issue. So that is what simply account. So next one, come to the class. Simply in Java, so generally in OOPS concept view, class is nothing but it's a collection of similar objects. Class is nothing but it's collection of similar objects. For example, class is nothing but collection of similar objects. For example, I am taking one fruit. Assume a fruit is a class. I am taking one class. The name of the class is fruit. Okay. So what are the different fruits comes under the class, under the fruit class. For example, banana, orange, mango. Okay, these all are some different features. Sampath, I'm getting resound from your PC.
Sorry?
I'm getting resound from your PC.
No?
Now it's out. No, now also I'm getting.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay, mute yourself.
Sorry?
Mute your microphone.
Okay.
When you have any questions, then you can unmute and ask me. Okay. So see, banana, orange, mango, these all are some different class, different objects of the fruit class. Different object of fruit class. Next, another important thing is, so here in Java point of view, class is nothing but it's a heterogeneous data type or different data types or user defined data type. Class is nothing but it's a user defined data type. Means we can create one data type that is known as the user defined data type, like integer and float and character. Integer holds only integer values, float only float values, scatter only scatter values. But class is not like that. A class can hold any type of data type. Okay, either maybe integer or float or character, but we have to say what type of value we are saving. What type of value we are saving. So that is what class. Okay, suppose best example of class. Suppose if I take one classroom. Okay, Sarath, tell me what are the different objects inside the classroom?
Table, chair.
Okay, table, chairs.
Board, student.
Okay, board, student, faculty, means professor.
Yeah.
So these all are some different objects of class. So here class is nothing but collection of similar objects. Next one, why I am saying that similar objects? What is the reason? Here similar objects means our class point of view both have some relation. So in our class point of view, students and faculty have some relation. Okay, so that is what class is nothing but this is a collection of similar objects. So using class we can create our own data type. Using class we can create our own data type. Later I will tell you how we can create our own data type. So that is what class. Next, another important thing is object is one instance of a class. Object is one instance of a class. Means here I have one classroom. Yes.
Can you repeat that?
See.
Object is?
One instance. Object is one instance. See, here my classroom name is classroom, but here my classroom contains different objects like table, chairs, board, student, faculty. So these all are called instances. Okay, each object is called one instance. So a object is a instance of my class. Object is a instance of my class. So that is what object. That is what object. Okay, so next one, another important thing is, okay, the class and object. Next one is a polymorphism. Next one is a polymorphism. Simply, a poly means, generally what is the meaning of poly?
Yeah.
Many. Poly means many. Okay, a poly means many. So polymorphism means one thing can perform multiple tasks. Polymorphism means one thing it can perform multiple tasks. So generally we call it as function overloading and function overriding. Generally we call it as function overloading and function overriding. So that is what polymorphism. Polymorphism means one thing it can perform many tasks. Okay, that is what poly. Suppose assume now you are a student, so now you are behaving like a student. But if you are in home, you behave like a kid. Okay, suppose if you are in college, you behave like some other. Suppose if you are with friends, your behavior is somewhat different. Am I right, Sampath?
Yes.
Okay, so depends on our attitude and depends on the situation, we are changing ourselves. So that is what polymorphism. Polymorphism means one thing it can perform multiple tasks. Polymorphism means one thing. What's your?
Yeah, nothing. I just unmuted.
Yeah. Polymorphism means one thing it can perform multiple tasks. Means multiple works, multiple behaviors it performs. So that is what polymorphism. Shiva, I don't know. I'm getting some resound.
Something like multiple methods.
Yeah, that is what even the programming point of view, multiple methods.
Okay.
Okay. Next one, inheritance. Next one, inheritance. This is very important concept. Here inheritance is nothing but getting properties. Getting properties. Getting properties of previous class. Inheritance is nothing but getting properties of previous class. Is nothing but inheritance. Getting properties of previous class is nothing but inheritance. Okay, so inheritance means acquiring the properties, means getting the properties from one class to another class is nothing but inheritance. In Java, we have generally in OOPS concept, we have 5 types of inheritance. In OOPS concept, we have 5 types of inheritance. One is a single. Single means we have one class, assume the class name is A. With the help of class name A, assume I create one class, that is what class name, class B. Here, A class is called base class or parent class or super class. B class is called derived class or subclass or child class. B class is called derived class or subclass or child class. So that is what single inheritance. Next one, multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance means either I have 2 classes called A and B. I have 2 classes called A and B. With the help of those 2 classes, I create one more class, that is what C. Okay, so here C is a child class which is derived from 2 classes, that is what A and B. So that is what multiple inheritance. Next one, multi-level inheritance. Next one, multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance. So multi-level inheritance, from A class we create one B class, from B class we create one more class C class. So that is what multi-level inheritance. That is what multi-level inheritance. Okay, so here A class is assumed grandparent, B class is assumed parent, and C class is assumed child. Here another important thing is, so A class is derived from B class, means what are the features we have in A class, the same features we may have in B class. At the same time, whatever features we have in B class, the same features we can have in C class also. But there is no guarantee whatever features we have C class, those features are available in B class. It's not a guarantee. Why? Because the C class is derived from B. Means I'm getting the properties from B. Okay. At the same time, I may have to some extra properties of C. I may have to extra properties of C. So that is what multi-level inheritance. That is what multi-level inheritance. Next one, hierarchical inheritance. Next one, hierarchical inheritance. The hierarchical inheritance means, see, I have 2 classes. Okay, I have one class called A. With the help of A, I derived one class. At the same time, with the help of A, I derived one more class. That is what? Hierarchical inheritance. With the help of A, I derived one class B, and with the help of A, I derived one more class C. So that is what? Hierarchical inheritance. That is what? Hierarchical inheritance. Okay, next one, hybrid inheritance. Next one, hybrid inheritance. Here, hybrid inheritance is nothing but combination of any 2 inheritance. Combination of any 2 inheritance is nothing but hybrid inheritance. Combination of any 2 inheritances is nothing but hybrid inheritance. Okay, so these are some different types of inheritance. Is it clear what is the mean by inheritances and how many types of inheritances? At the same time, another important thing is Java support only 3 inheritance. One is single, another one is multi-level, another one is hierarchical. Another one is hierarchical. So Java supports only 3 inheritance: single, multi-level, hierarchical. Java won't support multiple inheritance and hybrid inheritance. Means in Java, a class can get the properties of one class at a time. A class can get the properties of only one class at a time. So that is what generally inheritance. Okay, so in Java only support 3 types of inheritance. That is what? Single, multi-level, and hierarchical. Single, multi-level, and hierarchical. Am I clear?
Yes.
About inheritance? Okay. Next one, abstraction. Next one, abstraction. Here see, abstraction represent act of representing without including the background details. Abstraction refers to act of representing without including the background details. Suppose when you are driving a car, okay, you have to observe only on the front way, but you don't need to consider what the happening in backside, how the engines are flowing, means how the engine is running, how the wheels are rotating. Okay, we don't need to observe that type of situation. That is what abstraction. That is what abstraction. So here abstraction represents act of representing without including the background details. Okay, so next one is encapsulation. Next one is encapsulation. Encapsulation is nothing but wrapping of data and function into a single unit. Wrapping of data and function into a single unit. It's known as encapsulation. Wrapping of data and function into a single unit. It's known as encapsulation. The best example of encapsulation is class. The best example of encapsulation is class. Okay, so this is what encapsulation. This is what encapsulation. So these all are some features of OOPS concept. Okay, these features not only for Java. Assume if you learn the Java or PHP or OOPS, sorry, of .NET, everything based on same rules only. Okay, here I explain the OOPS general point of view. Okay, the main importance of OOPS is the reusability. The main importance of OOPS is it's a reusability. So that is what. Okay, that is what OOPS concepts. So, can I give one example of OOPS concept? The programmatically.
Hello?
Yeah, can I give one example of, sorry, can I say one example program using OOPS concept?
I don't know. No.
No, I will create one class which explains the OOPS. What is OOPS? Okay, see.
If hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, Charitika, tell me.
Yeah. OOPS is it's an object-oriented programming language.
Yes.
And you mean example? I don't know any example in software.
No, I'm saying I will create one program. Okay, the program it contains the OOPS, means I will create the program using this OOPS concept. I'll create the concept using OOPS concept. Okay. Shiva, you there?
Yeah, I am there.
Okay.
I just muted me.
Yeah. See, now, so I'm going to explain one simple class using the OOPS. The first and four important thing is, in Java, whatever we want to write, we have to use one keyword called class. So whenever I'm using the keyword called class, so meaning of that means I'm creating one class. Meaning of that is I'm creating one class. Okay, so class is a one keyword which is used to create one class. So to create the class we have to give some class name. We have to give one class name. Assume here I am giving my class name is student. I am giving my class name as student. So this open brace indicates the starting of class. The closing brace indicates the ending of the class. This closing brace indicates ending of the class. Here class, my class name is student. Your class name is always user defined. Why? Because here I am creating one class, that is what a user defined class. That is what user defined class. So class, my class name is student. Class, my class name is student. Next one, inside the class I am going to create some properties. So assume while creating the properties, I am taking one keyword. The name of the keyword is called private. I'm taking one keyword. The name of the keyword is called private. So private is one access specifier which gives some, means whatever variables we are declaring inside the private, those variables which can access inside the class only. Those variables we can access inside the class only. Either variables or methods. Either variables or methods. Okay, so here private is one keyword. Okay, I create one class. The name of the class is called student. Inside the private, integer, roll number, string name. Okay, next one double, percentage. Double percentage. Assume here my class contains three properties. Here my class contains three properties. One is a roll number, another one is a name, another one is a percentage. One is a roll number, another one is a name, another one is a percentage. So that is what class. That is what class. Okay. So simply here I create one class. The name of the class I given as student. To create the class I use the keyword is called class. Next one, inside the class I taken one private. So in private I declare roll number, name and percentage. In private I declare roll number, name and percentage. So that is what simply class. Next one, in public void read s. Assume here read s is one user defined method. Read s is one user defined method which is used to read the student details. Which is used to read the student details. Suppose, okay, so that in read as I am passing to some values, integer, number, next one string, name num, next one double p somewhat. Okay, here number and name and p percentage. So these all are some called arguments. These all are called arguments. Means inside the function brackets, whatever values you are passing, those are called arguments, and whatever values means what are variables you declared inside your class, those are called parameters. Those are called parameters. Okay, so here, so RNO equals to Rn means whatever value I am passing to number, that number value I am going to assign under RNO. Next one, name equals to name. Next one, PR equals to P. I assign some values. Okay, roll number, name and person. So these values I am assigned, means whatever values I am passing to this method, those values I am assigning into the respective variables. Those values I am assigning to respective variables. So here readS is one method which reads the values of student. At the same time, public void print public void show details. Show details is one user defined method. Here the purpose of I created the show details method is I want to display something. System dot out dot println number is RNO. Number is RNO. Next is one out dot println name is the name I stored on the name. Next one, price is price. Means in show details I am printing the number, name and price. In the show details I am printing number, name and price. See, I am going to create one project, new Java project. The name I am given Hoops demo. Right click on SRC, click on new, click on class. Here I am giving my class name as class demo. Okay, I am giving my class name as class demo. Inside that I paste enter. Class, my class name is student, and RNO name and person means some variables, and readS is one method. It takes some parameters, and show details is one method. It prints those values. Show details is one method. It prints those values. So here I created my method. Yeah. see here I create one class. The name of the class is student. It holds some n number of values, a roll number, name and per year. So those are some properties of my class. And read as and show details, those are some methods. So read as is simply it takes the three values, and show details simply it will print those values. Show details simply it will print those values. So here my class name is student. It's a user defined class. Here we can say the student is one user defined data type also. Why? Because the class is nothing but it's a user defined data type. So here we can say student is one user defined data type. Student is the one user defined data type. Now I create one class. Now how can I access this class? To access this class, see, so another important thing is I create one class student, but if you want to access that class, we have to create object of that class. How we can create the object? Creating object. To create the object, simply your class name and object name. Okay, something Chari I given. Next one, new student. That is what object one, and the second one is student and Sampath equals to new student. New student. Here Charitrika and Sampath, those are two different objects of student class. Those are two different objects of student class. Here new is a keyword which is used to allocate some memory to your object. Here new is a keyword which is used to allocate some memory to your object. Next one, how much memory it will be allocated? How much memory it will be allocated? It will allocate the memory of student, means how much memory is occupying student, that much of memory will occupied by student. Okay, so what are the properties of student? The properties of student is row number and name and percentage. So while it's declared student some instance equals to new student, means it will allocate some memory. It will allocate some memory. How much memory it will allocate? See, assume this is what my class. It contains some properties. Assume this is what my class. It contains mainly three properties. So one is number, name and percentage. So the number, name and percentage. The number 101. Okay, name. Okay, next one percentage. Somewhat. Okay, here first one I declare my object name is sh Chari. Assume the Chari is nothing but Charitrika. This first one I create one object name, the Charitrika. When I create the second object name, so then also it will allocate some memory. Okay, then the second object also points to the same memory. The second object points to the same memory. The second object name is Sampath. Then it also points to the same value, and it contains some different name, okay, name and percentage. It contains the percentage. Simply, this is what object 1, this is what object 2. Up to if you declare n number of objects, it will allocate memory for n number of objects. So each object will get the different memory instances. Each object will allocate different memory instances. Each object will allocate different memory instances. So that is what object. So here new is a one keyword which is to allocate the memory. Now what I want to do here Chari dot get, okay, what is the name? Read as. So read as, in read as I am passing 101 and name Charitrika Chatrika and percentage, assume I am entering 81.25, assume enter. So simply I am passing values to read as the readers means the reference object is chari, means whatever values I'm passing to readers, those values will be stored in some respective variables. Those values will store under this object only. Why? Because the reason is I'm giving this object. The reason is I'm giving this object. Okay, so that's why. Suppose if you want to store under Sampath, if you want to store under Sampath, that case Sampath dot readers 102 name and percentage. That is what. Now I'm passing means I'm holding means I'm passing these values to Sampath. Means these values, whatever values I'm passing, these values will store under the Sampath object. These values will be stored under Sampath object. So that is what. So up to we can, if you declare n number of objects, the memory will be allocated for n number of objects. Okay. So whenever you say new, then only it will get allocate some different memory. So this is what new student. Okay, readers and Sampath readers. Okay, it's up to this one is over. So next one, if you want to print chari dot show details. So chari dot show details. Simply it will show your details. At the same time, Sampath dot show details. It will show Sampath details. It will show Sampath details. Okay. So why? Because when you are saying chari dot show details, simply control will goes to show details method. In show details method, simply I'm printing RNO name and percentage. So whatever values you stored previously inside the Chatrika variable, it will print give those values only. At the same time, so when I'm saying Sampath dot show details, then you will go to Sampath object and it will print the whatever values we initialized the previously. So that is what. So I am printing those two values. I am printing those two values. Here another important thing is a chari is object. Chari is object. So student is the class name and new is a keyword which is used to some allocate some memory, and dot is some reference operator. So inside the class, if you have any property or any method, you can call with the help of class name only. You can call with the help of class name only. If inside the class, if you have any properties or method, we can call with the help of object name only. Okay, so your object name dot your property name, or your object name dot your method name, or your object name or something. This is what. Okay, so that is what simply. What is a class? Okay, what is a class? So in today's class, we discussed what are the OOPS concepts, how we can create the one class, how we can access the class. Okay, next, how we can access the class. Next one, what will happen when you create the different objects for your class. Okay, is it clear up to now or any doubt? Sampath?
Hello?
Sampath, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
I just muted, that's why.
Yeah, is it clear, Sampath? What is the class? How the memory will be allocated for our class and class properties? What is the private? This all are?
Yes.
Okay. I think enough for today.